Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people, that's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. First up, yes, Onyx, or Nix as we call her, made an appearance late yesterday afternoon. Just popped up, ate her food, used the litter, and got all super smoochy, at completely ignoring the fact that her humans had been rather stressed for most of the day. She's also got it all over poor Spotty Dog. Oh, the poor little chappy. He's so desperate to be friends, but he's so anxious because their very first meeting, when he went up to say hello, she spat and hissed and swiped him on the nose. So he's just, yeah, he's stressing out at the moment. They'll probably be best friends, give it another couple of days once she's used to him. And he's sleeping over here in the corner. I don't know if you can, I'll see if I can see it. There he is down in the corner there with his head stuck in the corner, trying to get some snoozing. So, because he was up most of last night. Poor little chap, he's so sensitive. But they'll get there and they'll be best of friends before too much longer. Okay, entertainment only. What am I going to have a look at today? Just a few little bits and bobs. I gather the Orange Twerp has now authorised the release of 50% of the SNAP payments to be made from the emergency fund. Oh, too little too late. We might have a look at that because his CNN polls, now this is CNN, this isn't sort of some far left, polls have come out today and apparently his approval rating is down to 37%. It is the second worst. The second worst, and the worst was 30 at this stage of a presidency, and the worst was actually his last regime when he got down to 36%. So he's pretty close to being absolute worst on the approval ratings. His disapproval ratings is at 63%, which is the worst ever for a president at this stage in a presidency. Yeah, so, how about all that winning? Actually, what I do want to have a look at, I might just ask a couple of really quick questions, but I want to have a look to see how the New York election's going. There's footage come out with the Election Truth Alliance person who had authorization to oversee the election procedure was thrown out of the polling booth that she was authorised to be in. The officials that were there, I don't know the reason why. There hasn't been a reason why, but it is very concerning. So we'll have a look at how the New York election's going to go. This is Mamdani, and we do know that the Orange Twerp, well, the regime basically, because it's not just the Orange Twerp, have very much, collective awakening as I split the deck in the Lovers card. Some sort of unbalanced agreement here coming to the fore and being seen. So I'm going to use the Smith-Waite, just make sure I've got all the cards. Yes, I have the Smith-Waite Centennial deck. But I'm just going to ask a couple of questions about a few things before here's my military card again, before I ask about the New York elections. So the Gatsby party down at Mar-a-Lago, I mentioned it in my post section last night. I had a look at the photographs of the party and it appeared that the official photographs had been, they look like they'd been doctored. I'm just going to put it that way. Because basically any photo that had the orange twerp in it, he was this glowing, orange face, blue-tied, prominent feature. And everybody else in the photo looked washed out. Still in colour, but had a washed out look about it. So I'm just going to have a look. Were the Gatsby party photos doctored? Were the Gatsby party photos doctored? Yes, okay, thank you. Yes, we know they were. But let's have a look. Were they actually doctored? Apparently, Gina Reinhardt and Pauline Hanson were there from Australia, probably Scotty Morrison as well. Just know that Gina Reinhardt is not liked in Australia. She's the wealthiest woman in Australia. Most Aussies would like her to be taxed into oblivion. Pauline Hanson's getting a bit of a following because she is just so anti-immigrant, controversial, um, just spews blame and hate without actually any solutions. One of those sorts. But she still is very minor. Uh, yeah, she still is very minor. 2 5s when I'm talking about Pauline Hanson and Gina Reinhardt. And for them, it's all about the money. Money, 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 money. Our current opposition party, the Liberal National Party, is currently imploding as we speak. They absolutely everybody's walking away. They're going to have to do a serious rethink the Liberal National Party. They're looking at it's a coalition. They're looking at splitting. Basically, because again, it's all blame, 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 and the solutions they're offering, this Australian public have already said, we don't want nuclear power plants. We understand sustainable, and we want sustainable. The majority, because that's the Liberal National Party went to the last election ranting on about nuclear power and absolutely got hammered for it, but they're still on their bandwagon. It's like, read the room, people. Anyhow, I'm going to have a look. The Gatsby Party, the official photos, were they doctored? Let's have a look. Were they doctored to try and make the orange twerp look healthier? Those two. Okay, come on down. Let's have a look. Yes, I am tired. The dogs had me up just about all night last night. Were they doctored? Yeah, because his health is out. His health is out for the count. There's that 5 of Pentacles again. Okay, and there's that 5 of Cups again. You saw me put them back randomly, or I don't know whether you actually saw me, but I put them back randomly and I shuffled and shuffled. So were they doctored? I'm going to have to say yes. And here, the Page of Wands. There may be some actual photos that come out, basically because, well, he might have been disappointed with the photographs. His health is completely out to lunch. And here is someone bringing forward a message. So there might be some actual photos that come out. 5 of Swords, Page of Pentacles. So, 6 of Swords. Ducking for cover and fleeing, and Page of Pentacles is looking at options. I don't know whether he's ready to flee, but I think we're just looking at his health, and it's going to be fully exposed. And then we've got the Chariot again, which is my military card. The harsh truth's coming out about the orange twerp. And we're on this new journey, is the inability to harvest him any longer. Nightmare situation. Everything's turning for those that connected to the devil, and we've got the Tower card. So pretty much what I get every single time for him. I think we're actually going to see some undoctored photographs come out, and he's just going to look at this colour. He's going to look this colour. This is periwinkle, allegedly, but he's going to look blue. The undoctored photos when they come out, it's just not going to be able to cover any longer. And that's why everything is ramping up so quickly. I think I said yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, that Shady would have liked to be able to trade his wife in over the next 12 to 18 months. But he knows that to have any chance, he has to do it prior to stepping up into the top role, and that's why he's 7 weeks. 7 weeks she watched her husband be unalived in front of her. That's why everything seems to be on triple speed at the moment. They haven't got time. The regime haven't got time to let the pot boil, simmer slowly to get people used to ideas. They've literally got to crank it right up to boiling and slam the lid on. Okay, so what do I want to have a look at? Well, next I'm going to have a look, entertainment only. Going to have a look at how does the orange twerp feel about his disapproval rating. How does the orange twerp feel about his disapproval rating? How does the orange twerp feel about his disapproval rating? Worst ever at 63%. Now, I don't know whether that's ever, or whether it was just since last time he was in. Would like to think it was ever, and it's still spiraling down. So how does the orange twerp feel about his disapproval rating? The worst ever. He's going to get really angry. Really angry. Expect to see something on Untruth Social about, fake CNN, all that sort of jazz. The 60 Minutes interview, I gather, was ludicrous and didn't go well for him either. I gather he's threatened to walk out at one stage there. But how does he feel about the disapproval rating? Come on, let's have a quick look again. Just a couple of cards. Okay, squandered in Mar-a-Lago, in his place of luxury, not really paying any attention, but paying attention, if that makes sense. The approval rating is going down. They can't bring it back onto kilter, the regime. It's just not working, and it is a harsh truth that's coming forward. The voters have spoken with the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Wands. The voters are speaking, and he himself is feeling more isolated, and I think he's going to isolate himself more. He may not return. There's the Ten of Swords. He may not return to the White House. I mean, considering it's a construction site, like he'll claim it, because it's a construction site or something along those lines, he may not return. Oh, and there's that Sun card again on the bottom. Full illumination, justice, the orange twerp, the smoke and mirrors, big information being brought forward with the Ace of Pentacles. He's not going to like it. Something to do with his past. The Epstein files will not go away. Still calls for it to come out. But yeah, again, similar sort of cards for him. How does he feel? He will go on a rampage, on a rant, because the voters have spoken. He's going to find himself feeling more and more isolated. He's going to act the victim with this stab in the back is what I'm getting there. He's going to go on his Untruth Social and oh, they've all got it out for me, or, got it in for me, all the rest of it. I suspect he's going to play the victim. Something's going to be fully exposed, legal action. The orange twerp's going to do his usual smoke and mirrors. But something is going to be presented about his past. The big documents are going to come out about his past. He can't control it. Okay, so let's see where we go. What do we got here? Okay, what did I want to have a look at? The 50% food stamps, it's going to be too little too late. Let's have a look. Okay, I want to have a look at the New York elections. Footage has come out. Oh boy, some sort of betrayal here. Some sort of something does not feel right. I'm going to say treasonous action that's going to find itself investigated. Okay, let's have a look. How is the New York election going to be fair and true? Show me the New York election. Will it be fair and true or not? Just show me what we need to know about the New York mayoral election. We're talking about Mandami here. I don't even know who his opposition is. Okay, you want that one? Okay. Right, we the people. Oh, thank you for those that like my fluffy rug. It's a towel. Yeah, the King of Cups, we the people are speaking. I mean, I know I'm not American. I don't vote in your elections. But yeah, this is very much about we the people. The challenge will be loss and disappointment, heartbreak, the ending of something. So I'm gonna be interested to see whether the manipulation cards come up here, because we feel like we're in this culmination period. The challenge for us, we the people, is going to be some sort of loss and disappointment. At the foundation, we've got the false knight. All cups so far, highly emotional, but it's also to do with agreements that are made. The Knight of Cups. The energy that it's stewing in at the moment is the false knight with the offer. Now, basically, I suspect the order came out, well, not the order, the intensive suggestion came out that perhaps the election should go a particular way in New York. This is the energy that it's stewing in. I'm not reading about Mamdani at the moment. I'm reading about is it going to be a true and fair election? So we've got the Knight of Cups here. Can also be the energy stewing in that it is an offer to vote. If you haven't voted, and if there is still time, which I don't know there is, do it. Yeah, I think this is really feeling about the false knight with the instruction coming down. In the past, the Eight of Wands, been a lot of headlines over this particular race. It's been something coming in fast and quick. This could also be a plan coming in fast and quick in the past. It's also coming from above, so I wonder whether it's a plan, something to do with satellites, but we'll see where it goes. Crowning this reading, the chaotic burden trying to get this plan over the line. Just can't seem to bring it together, can't seem to get it to its final resting place. Okay. Look at these. These are sort of all leaving cards here after some sort of disappointment. Packing up the truth and legally moving forward. Can also be the immigrants card, the immigration card. Okay, I want to have a look at Mamdani himself after this, because I wonder if they're going to threaten him with revoking citizenship if the cheating happens. Okay, immediate future, overwhelming emotion. Okay. Okay, what I'm maybe some legal action in regards to this because of irregularities, or the result is a bit but we've got the huge emotional coming together with a new beginning in the Dove of Peace. I'm wondering if this is going to be too big to rig, just like Joe Biden. Okay, internally, Queen of Pentacles. People are really seriously looking at the value of their vote internally. Hopes and fears that somehow it will be restricted, the vote. Like there will be votes that were cast that didn't get counted or held. I keep getting a foot pushing a ballot box under the table. Under the tablecloth, the floor hanging tablecloth. Okay, see where we go. The Lovers, the contract and agreement, but it is seen, the vote manipulation, the smoke and mirrors. We've then got the Queen of Swords, legal action against the devil energy. Plotting behind the scenes in regards to the votes. And the Fool, that will bring a complete and utter downfall. the foolishness of it being exposed that's going to bring this to an end. Volatile information is going to come out about stealing and betrayal and win at any cost. And there's my treason card. 3 of Swords, treason. Okay. Now this is why I kept, I think, getting the 4th of November, because this is a really important election date, the 4th of November, in revealing something. Okay, let's have a look. Is there going to be blatant manipulation of this election? Is the manipulation of these votes, these ballots, going to be very, there's treason again, and legal action being taken? Feels, again, really important, this particular one. Have a look. Yes, I know that was Russia on the bottom there. Is there going to be undeniable, blatant manipulation? Oh, that's my phone going in the other room, just ignore it. Of this New York mayoral election. Right. Hard work going on behind the scenes, creating votes here and stacking them up. Challenged by being trapped, being caught. I'm going to say yes, there is, and they're going to get caught doing it. At the base, rash, overreaction. In the past, foolishness, the foolishness of this journey. Crowning this reading, 10 of Swords. And the through line being swords, swords legal, swords truth. 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords, Knight of Swords. The moon being revealed. Externally, trying to create something out of nothing. Internally, we the people, hopes and fears, the orange twerp, the hermit, investigation, the gift from the past, investigation into, and this is being stopped with the Hanged Man, being stopped, 8 of Cups, false victory, announcement coming out about partnerships, agreements that will change everything. Nightmare situation. And there's my military card again. Boy. I am just going to say, I think, yes, there are shenanigans going on with this election, but I think it's going to be, I think they're ready for it, and it's going to, there's some rash here. So whatever the results, it might be a false proclamation win or something like that. It ain't over. It ain't over. It's all part of the greater. Okay, how's it? I'm just going to ask, how's it going to go for Mem? The mayoral race. There's funny business here, and it's like they're, if I say stuffing the ballot boxes, it's not they're not flipping. is what I'm getting. They're not flipping the votes like they did with last year in November. This feels like ballot box stuffing. Okay. I wonder if that box I keep getting seen pushed under the table is just a box full of Republican votes that get added. Is something really okay. How's it going to go for Mamdani? They do not like him at all, this regime, because he is an inspirational rallying figure. How's this going to go for Mamdani? Right, secret's being revealed. It's going to be a difficult path to navigate, but you've got the higher awareness coming out of the swamp. It's not going to be easy. The challenge is this manipulation, the temperance, creating something out of nothing. 2 majors. At the foundation, we've got this, the messaging is going to end up in this, the energy that it's in at the moment is this, well, it might be this infighting. What I'm getting is that if it appears that he doesn't win, I think he's going to get advice to just let it go, and I don't think he's going to. I think this is going to be a break ranks. This is going to be a break ranks moment is what I'm getting. Okay, you've got some sort of rah announcement from the White House in the past. What's crowning over this reading is this unbalanced contract and agreement, but it's also perhaps an unbalanced result. I just heard there's going to be more people voted than were registered. Does that make sense? So it's going to be obvious. There's going to be more. I don't know if I'm quite happy to be wrong, but what I just heard was that it's going to be an unbalanced result, and in fact, Mamdani is going to get most of the votes. But I just heard there will be more people. There will be more votes than registered voters. Does that make sense? Okay, let's see how it plays. How's it going to go for him? Right. Legal movement forward in the immediate future. Big legal movement forward. The King of Swords here externally. Legal action being taken. Internally, harsh truth coming forward with the Knight of Swords. Hopes and fears. Cleansing, new beginning. Right. The outcome. Looking carefully at the vote manipulation. We've got justice and we've got the sword of truth coming forward about, and again, another vote manipulation. There's something here that's going to be thrown out and be exposed as treasonous. Again, treason, again. It's going to bring an end as the votes are carefully looked at. Certain individuals are going to have to depart the scene. There was mercenary manipulation that was pre-planned, and it is not going to end well. It's a nightmare situation on the back foot for the Emperor. Again, it's going to be like another puzzle piece that fits in. Far out, man. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. Do not believe the results that come out straight up. Oh, we've got a whistleblower on the bottom there. A whistleblower bringing some unexpected message that certain individuals are trying to keep a lid on. Certain wealthy individuals are going to try and keep a lid on, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Volatile information is going to come out. They're going to find themselves potentially arrested in regards to creating extra with a bunch of fools. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.